Shalom. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and the brother that's pushing this truth and the hopeful elect. Shalom. Now this is going to be titled World of Pain. What's coming down the pipe from here on out is going to be suffering, pain, and wickedness. The world has indulged in the philosophy of these devils, these Edomites, these devils, and you see its wickedness is at an all-time high, and it's just going to keep increasing. It's not going to decrease. Like the scripture says, men waxing worse and worse. Before I get into that, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So there's a time and a place for everything. Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. Salakia. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And the time period that we're going into is a time of war. We're at war spiritually with these heathen, starting with Esau, Edom, on down to our 2/3 of our people. And it's gonna lead up to a physical confrontation. It's gonna be a lot of home burglaries. Man, I can't pronounce that word, man. Home invasions. There's gonna be a lot of home invasions. A lot of robbery, arson, rape, so on and so forth. It's just going to increase. It's not going to decrease. It's a rapid growth ever since the pandemic 2020. Crime increased nationwide. What was it, like 20 something percent? And just to show how these devils get down, the U.S. only makes up 4% of the world's population. Yet the U.S. has 25% of the world's incarcerated people. 4% of the population has 25% of the prison population. Do you understand? And the majority of people that are incarcerated are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because Esau is the devil. He was set up to oppress us and to destroy us, which clearly they have done. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, we are redeemed and brought back into the good graces of the Most High Yahweh, who the world calls God. Now let's go into the wicked just increasing in their wickedness. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So you're going to have false prophets. You're going to have these idols that are wicked. And then they're going to have other wicked men and women, children following after them. The blind leading the blind. Just roughly paraphrasing the scriptures again. I'm not going to get that, but let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7. So, through these scriptures, we clearly can understand that the times that we're in and going to continue living through will be great suffering, mourning, and wickedness. Just straight up wickedness. It's not going to stop. It's just going to increase. And it's going to come to a point where, of course, hyperinflation and um, everything that comes with that. So think of all these other third world countries. That's how Babylon the Great, United States, we're heading down that road. Clearly heading down that road. And everybody can see it because they can't. You can only stay in denial for so long. You know, people run from something until it catches up to them. You understand what I'm saying? So you can run away, but whatever you're running away from catches up to you, you can't ignore it. Because guess what? You can't ignore pain. You get what I'm saying? You can't ignore pain. You run away from a bear. You kind of anxious, but if you act like the bear ain't there, you ain't just gonna be anxious, just like you going on a regular jog. But then when the bear puts them paws on you, you can't ignore it no more. And that's a good analogy of how people are now. They was denying Babylon the Great was gonna hold up, and then boom, the pandemic, boom, it's been a rapid downhill decrease of the whole world. In fact, the whole world, but starting with Babylon the Great. And now people, some people, like I see the charts, they have charts or whatever of how many people think the US is collapsing. It's like it floats around 60 to 70%, like not 60, like 65 to like 76 or something like that percent. So the majority, more than half of people in the US that are adults, right, over the age of 18, believes the US is going to collapse. And that number of people realizing the inevitable collapse of this country, you know, is coming. Every day that goes by, more and more people are humping on that bandwagon of reality. This is Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, also thou son of man, thus said the Lord thy power unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So you wicked ninjas, spigas, tomahawks, there's running rampant with wickedness, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay for all the wickedness you've done if you're not covered by the blood of Yahweh Shah, man, on this first go around. Now, ultimately, all of Israel will be saved. Was that Romans 11:26, around that precept, around there? All of Israel will be saved, but at the same time, you're gonna have 2/3 getting cut off on this side. This is verse 4. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee. And just to make things clear, 2/3 will be reincarnated, because reincarnation is in the scriptures called regeneration. Going to the story of what was it, John the Baptist being Elijah, and many more precepts about reincarnation. And the scriptures is called regeneration. So regeneration. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. So this this societal collapse that's coming down the pipe is going to be a great slaughter for everybody, starting with the Israelites. Is going to be a great bloodbath upon the planet Earth. This is Isaiah 4:1. Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel to anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. So you're mentally disabled. Jake is so wicked, man. That's why they're gonna have to be destroyed. You wicked ninjas gonna have to be destroyed. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans gonna have to be put down for your wickedness. Two-thirds of you, 1/3 will make it through this coming judgment. 66.6% of Israel will die, and only 33.3% will make it through. It's 1 Corinthians 2:4. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor the princes of this world that come not. But guess what? Jake carnal, man. They don't want to hear these scriptures. They want to hear. They'll listen to Kanye. They'll listen to Kyrie. Whoever, the rest of these celebrities that say, "Oh, I'm an Israelite." Jake hop on the bandwagon, which is, it's a good thing. It'll bring in more members of the hopeful elect. It's not all bad, but at the same time, Jake gotta listen to somebody that has a high status carnally, but not a high status spiritually. Because Jake has been enticed by this devil. Let's go to Isaiah 66. It's Isaiah 66 in verse 4. I will also choose their delusions, they're mentally sick, man, and will destroy their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. And he's speaking, the Most High is speaking through the prophets. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. They was carnal, being wicked. This is verse 5. Hear the word of the Most High, ye that tremble at his words, your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified, but he shall speak to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. Scroll down a little bit more. This verse 15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh. So you out here eating Peppa Pig, man, eating shark, and catfish. The Most High has a controversy with you wicked Israelites. He's coming to put you down. The Most High is coming. He's not coming out giving out hugs, man. He giving out death hugs, man. He coming to kill. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 from the top, verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O the Lord Yahweh of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. And let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no Yahweh, right? No Most High, but only thou, O the Most High. So Jake, we're praying and hastening to come to the Most High by pushing this truth. keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, and fearing the Most High. That's all we can do, man, to please the Most High. I'm gonna restate what I said. Pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity, keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities, and fearing the Most High. That's how we gonna make it through this, man. And the only ones that's doing that is the hopeful elect. This Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So we supposed to the earlier you hear about the truth of the Holy Scriptures, the gospel, the better, because that means you'll have a longer time of doing the will of the Most High. Because what's coming down the pipe is going to be the worst time in history. It's not going to be a time like ever before. Jeremiah 30:7. What was it? Daniel 12:1 is going to be insanity. Jake is finna get put down, man. Let's get Second Ezra, what is it? 6, chapter 6 and verse what was it? Second Ezra. Actually, let me do this. 9:22, not 6:22. All right. Second Ezra 9:22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So there's people out here that are born in vain. They think they may think they on a level because they got money and they look good, they got status, your ego and your pride increases when you typically it does when you get, higher level things that make people see you on a higher level than others. So your ego and your pride increases. Look at Esau. Esau got the whole planet Earth. You understand? So, but in reality, they was born in vain. It was set up just to be brought down. So your pride has deceived you. Esau, you 2/3, the rest you heathens, man. That goes for everybody that's prideful. Only one that's supposed to be prideful is the Most High Himself, man. Pride wasn't made for man. Let's get that. See if I can get it real quick. Give me a moment. All right, boom. Perfect. Let's get it. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. And that furious anger born of a woman is talking about the Israelites. The Israelites was not supposed to go into slavery and be under the rule of these heathens. Let's get that. Jeremiah 2 and 14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? We're not supposed to be on at the bottom. We're supposed to be at the top. And we going back to the top like never before, man. We're gonna have them new bodies ruling under Yahweh Shai, King David, with the heathens under us. I'm in that off right there. Shalom.